such an asshole.
Continuing on copy. I got one. I'll be honest, I don't have an answer because they're all kind of real close. Nothing jumps out at me. Hey, Aaron, big fan of your work here from Deutschland. Yeah. V Gates. I've got a degree, a business degree, and several years experience at a place. I'm trying to not identify you because now you're talking about Luxembourg and the whole whopping 4 people live there. So I don't want to identify to the other 3 that you're the 4th. Okay. Maybe there's 5 whole people living in Luxembourg now. You have experience in the place in Luxembourg. Good pay, bad work, awful colleagues, and a daily 2-hour commute. Currently, I'm interning at a place in Germany trying out a STEM-related field. I'm at a crossroad with 3 options. Master's degree in finance or business analytics at a top private university in Germany costing $30,000 to $40,000, which I could pay debt-free, plus an expensive apartment in a shitty rental market. The payoff might be a good job in a pricey city. That one I know, I don't like that one. I know I don't like that one because you're gambling with that degree. You're saying maybe it'll pay off. In other words, an employer hasn't said, we'll pay you to get your MBA or we want you to get an MBA. There was no one with money, let alone an employer, saying you should get an MBA. This is you saying, well, maybe I'll try it. So for 2 years of your life, 35,000 US or euro, I don't know what unit of currency. And then you're right, an expensive apartment and the living costs, that's $80,000. And I asked if you want to get married and or have a house and what your life goals are. You do want to own a house. $80,000, that'd be a pretty nice down payment on a house, I'd imagine, out there somewhere, or a condo or a flat, as our British brothers say. So I don't like that. I would not be going and getting a master's degree until it becomes very clear that you get more established in a career, you settle on a field, you get established in a career, and then your boss, because you're in Luxembourg or Germany in both these scenarios, Hans. We're going to call him Hans. Hans, the German or Luxembourgian boss, Hans. Until Hans, your boss, says, we will pay you to go and get your MBA, yeah? Das ist richtig. You don't want to piss off Hans because he's very calm. Like, the calm German until you get angry. And then they yell very loud. Like, okay, all right. Yeah, I would not be getting a master's because there's no compunction or compelling reason to right now. Return to Luxembourg, find another job there, and live cheaply and peacefully in Germany. Okay, because you're not a resident of Luxembourg. Luxembourg got married into it. Live cheaply and peacefully in Germany with a long commute, but with 50% home office potential. Job options are mostly back office roles like valuation or accountant. I know this sounds, I should have asked you this before, but if you could take the train, are you taking the train? If you were taking the train, I'd be leaning towards Luxembourg because while you're on the train, presuming they have internet, you could do so much more. You could study online. I don't know if you have to go to a private university, but you go online university, get yourself a master's degree, probably cheaper. There's other stuff you can do. If you're taking 2 hours there and back, you could get a lot done. A lot done. Get your in other words, that 2-hour commute is not as bad of a con. It's not a drawback as much as you think it is, because there's about at least an hour a day of stuff you should be doing anyway. Retirement planning, estate planning, additional education online, learning techniques, skills that you could study. God bless the internet. So if you are taking the train to work, that's not 2 hours wasted. But if you were driving, yeah, then I'd almost see how you'd stay in Germany. Example, wait a minute. 3 options. Return to Luxembourg, find another job, live cheaply and peacefully in Germany with a long commute, but with 50% home office potential. Job options are mostly back office roles like valuation or accountant. And then third, local tax advisor job in Germany. Earn 1,000 net less than in Luxembourg, but avoid the long commute and get a more balanced life. What should I do? Suffer through more studies and higher lip? No. Put no education, no education until down the road, and higher living costs for a potentially better job. No, return to Luxembourg for a higher salary but shitty commute. If there's the train, that's where I'm leaning towards. Or settle for a lower salary with better work-life balance locally. I don't know how much. Okay, so it's a 2-hour commute round trip. So 1 hour there, 1 hour back. You can have a life in Germany with that. Uh, Everything ceteris paribus. If there was a train involved, I'd be going to Luxembourg because you're not really losing 2 hours round trip. If it was 4 hours a day, 2 hours one way, 2 hours back, fuck that shit. No, absolutely not. But 1 hour there, 1 hour back, and you're staying on top of your stuff. In other words, you don't waste your time. When you got back, like you have your food, you eat on the train, then you get home. So you save time eating, breakfast on the way out, dinner on the way back. You did your paperwork, you did whatever other you order stuff online. You just do office work while you're on the train. If it has internet access, that's what I would do. Then when you get back to Germany, you have all your stuff is done. All your daily chores, at least over the internet, are done. And then you go out and you have a social life anyway. Because what? Most people get off at 5 at work and then they got to go home. They got their own commute and they're dicking around with lunch and dinner or whatever, kids. So they're not going to be ready to go out and have a social life until 6:30. You come in off the train at 6. I imagine it's downtown. And you just go, and if you did your stuff right, yeah, I think I'd stay in Luxembourg. Now that being said, it really depends on the job, okay, which you don't know yet. So I wouldn't be wedded or committed to either or right now. Apply for jobs in Germany, apply for jobs in Luxembourg, and the jobs I think will provide the determining factors whether or not you'd work in Germany or Luxembourg. Let's say you got your job in Luxembourg, but they're okay with you working remote all the time. Well, obviously, there you go. Let's say you get a job in Germany, and it pays much better. Okay, well, there you go. But find out the job first. Find out get job offers in both and decide from there. I wish I could provide a definitive answer. But as you explain it right now, if that is a train you are taking to work and you have internet, I'd stay in Luxembourg because I think you would still have good work-life balance if you used the time on the train to do additional chores and work remotely. Got that? There we go. Luxembourg. I would yes, but he's still living in Germany. He's not a Luxembourg citizen. He's German, I presume. He'd still have to go back to Germany. All right, that's it. Questions, answers, assholeconsulting.com. See you guys later. Toodles.